What is going on, everybody? Today we got a new build and I've been having so much fun with strikers. I've been trying to figure out different ways that I can make this build have more survivability and feel a little bit more like Striker from the Division 1. So you guys know Striker from Division 1 is very hard to compete with because every time you were hitting those shots, you guys were getting that armor regen. But I decided, maybe what if we stack a little bit more armor regen on this build to give it that little bit more feel of Striker. And as you guys see in this gameplay, this thing still shreds. I took a little bit damage off, but I was able to increase my armor regen by 1%. So I'm sitting at about 52,000 armor regen. And as you guys see in this clip right here, just look, when I take a lot of damage, I get into cover and the armor regen starts to come back. Don't even have to power up an armor kit. Just give it a little bit of time. I have that armor back and then I can push into battle. And not only that, the damage is here. The damage is in the build. You guys can see we didn't lose too much. And once you're at full stack, which is easy to do, especially if you're using the Police M4 like I'm using right here, you're gonna see this thing is absolutely shredding. So if you guys enjoy Striker builds and trying to find different ways to run it, this one might be one for you. So if you guys are ready for the build, let's get into it. So you guys want to see I am running a little bit different Police M4 than I was in my last build. And yes, while this one does have 15% weapon damage, it's like having one more red weapon course. So if you guys want to test this build out to see how hard it would hit, if you guys don't have this, you guys could run one more red versus having 3 blues like I do. So you could have total of 5 reds, right? So we'll get into the build and let you see how I have it. It's hard for me to really, I don't have a million weapons, right? And as I'm starting to progress most of my builds, they're going to be like this, guys. They're going to have expertise. You're just going to have to, just the damage is going to be slightly less. So we have 108,000 damage on this, 976 RPM, 50 round mag. We have assault rifle damage, health damage, and 10% damage targets out of cover. Plus we have flatline. Now this is going to amplify weapon damage by 15% to pulse enemies. And that's where you're getting a lot of your damage. So we have crit chance scope, we have a 20 round mag, we have the link laser pointer, which is gonna allow us to pulse those enemies and allow flatline to be active. And then we have that 5% critical hit chance on the muzzle. To build the stacks, I personally love the rock and roll. We have weapon damage, shotgun damage, damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover, and then perfectly extra. The reason why this one works the best to build the stacks, it has a huge mag size 30, allows you to build those stacks up and allows you to get into the fight very quick and keep those stacks up is very easy, especially with the Police M4. So I am running the 4-piece Striker, as most of you know, so we'll get through this pretty quick. We have 15% weapon handling, 15% rate of fire, and then on this build, we have the Striker's Gamma. Weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. 1 stack lost per second between 0 and 50, and 2 stacks lost between 50 and 100. We have armor rolled on here, critical hit damage, and a critical hit chance mod. Now for the chest piece, we have weapon damage, critical damage, another critical hit chance mod, but we're using the chest piece because press of advantage. It's going to increase max stacks of Striker's Gamble from 100 to 200. Now remember, 3 stacks lost per second between 100 and 200 stacks, but that is still very easy to keep up, and you guys won't have any trouble, especially using a higher rate of fire like the Police M4. For our 3rd piece of Strikers, we are running the knee pads. That's gonna be weapon damage, critical hit damage. And our 4th piece is going to be weapon damage and critical hit chance. And then for the backpack, we have the Memento backpack, weapon damage, armor, skill tier. We also have critical hit chance mod, and you know, Kill Confirm is gonna give us 3% armor regen, 30% weapon damage, and 30% skill efficiency. Now, every time we pick up a trophy, we're gonna get 20% weapon damage, 30% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. Now, while this is very impressive alone, when you pair it up with the holster, what we did here, you'll notice we have the Bellstone Armor holster, giving us an additional 1% armor regen. So we're gonna have 4% armor regen on this build, allowing us to get 52,000 armor regen on the build. We have armor on here, we have crit chance and crit damage. So we still have a lot of damage and we're not missing too much. We might be missing maybe 15% critical hit damage if we're running a Grupo Sombra, or we might be running a little bit of weapon damage, but this build is still going to perform very well. And I didn't mind pulling off some of that damage, and the reason why is because with the extra armor regen, we're able to stay up. So having this Bellstone Armory holster is definitely the way to go, and I felt like it really gave me more of the Striker feel if you're looking for a solo player build. I really think this is the best solo player version of this build with the extra armor regen. If you take a look at the stats, you'll see we have 50% crit chance, 92% crit damage, 75% headshot damage. We have 20% health damage and 10% damage to targets out of cover, and that's why this build is so good. And if you notice, right now it's showing 13% armor regen because that's 1% armor regen. Now, once we have the total 4%, that's 52%, as you guys are seeing right here. So that's the big difference between the build. Remember, if you guys want, you guys can actually push it up to 1.5 million armor. It's gonna improve your armor regen as a whole because it's a percentage of your total armor. And I think a lot of you guys probably will like that, but I felt that 1.3 million armor, I was shredding enemies and still able to survive. And that's what the whole goal with this build was, to create something that felt like Striker in Division 1. I wanted something that gave me some type of armor regen to keep me alive in those hard difficulties, but still be able to put out a lot of damage. And I think this right here will help out a lot of you guys. Now for the skills, I love the Defender Drone, especially in PvE. It gives you 36% damage reduction. If you can keep this up, it works very well, especially since we do have 2 skill tier. And then I'm running the Scanner Pulse. I like the Scanner Pulse because it's able to see the whole battlefield, right? I'm allowed to see those PvE enemies all over the battlefield, and that's why I like it. But if you want to run something like the Decoy Drone, the Trap, the Cam Launcher, the Firefly, the Shield, Seeker Mines, Striker Drone, I don't know. If you guys want to run any other skills, you guys can. Those are just my 2 go-to skills in this build, and that's how I like running this as a whole. So if you guys enjoyed the build, if you guys enjoyed this gameplay, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Remember, I'm going to be showing you guys some more gameplay right here so that you guys can see how powerful the build is. We do have full stacks right here, not only of the Memento, but look at the Striker stack. Remember, we can get up to 200 stacks. We're keeping it above. It's probably like 180, 185. You can see the stacks are very easy. It's just trying to find the enemies, right? Because I'm shredding through them so quick. But we're still above 150, so we're still gaining a lot of that damage. And look right here, the stacks start to build up with the Police M4 because of the rate of fire on this bad boy, and that's what I like about it. I definitely love the rate of fire on the Police M4. I feel like it does pair up really well with Strikers, and it makes these enemies just get shredded. And look, as soon as I pick up these trophies, they had no chance, and that's what I think is amazing about this build. And the armor regen is what really shines about this build, and this is like the best example I had of it. This turret literally almost destroys me. I get caught in the wrong situation, and look, my armor breaks, and just look at the armor regen. Kicking in, kicking in, kicking in. And this is 52,000 armor regen currently kicking in. I get into a better position, and then by the time I pop a pulse and I get up there, I'm almost more than halfway at armor, right? And then I'm able to clear out the control point. So that's what's cool about this build. But that's it, guys. We're gonna wrap up the video here. I appreciate the support, appreciate the love, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.